Welcome back to the Props at Play series. My name is Raquel Jordan, and today we are going to be going over seated forward fold, in Sanskrit Paschimottanasana. We're going to do a round robin of 3 different variations of this posture based on your intention and also the level of tightness in your body. We're going to use a Manduka bolster, 2 blocks, and a strap. So without further ado, let's have you get into a seat, into your bolster. And I want to also highlight, as I slide this back a little bit, highlight the fact that I'm widening my sitting bones and I'm getting you can actually feel your sitting bones or my seat forward just before I slide off the bolster. And I'm doing this because I want my pelvic floor to be tilting slightly at an anterior angle, meaning I'm lifting my pelvic or my pubic bone is going down, my tailbone is going back and slightly up. You're going to take your blocks on the highest setting behind you. And I recommend doing it this way because I've seen so many times in classes people really wanting to do well in their class and in their practice, and so they end up fitting themselves into a box that's not quite working for them. So they will round their shoulders, they'll actually compromise the stretch to have it look right. And so they're rounding their shoulders, and now the stretch has moved away from my hamstrings and into my upper back and into my lower back. So if that's you, I'm going to have you bring the heel of your hands to the blocks. Fingers are facing my lower back. My feet are active, I'm flexing through my heels. I'm spreading wide through my toes. And I'm going to gently push down into the blocks so that I can encourage my heart to lift and move slightly forward. And if you can see in the video, this information from the upper body comes all the way down to the lower body. And I'm in that anterior tilt. I'll take a deep breath in, and then as I exhale, I'm thinking of my legs moving back into their hip sockets, my heart leaning forward, my arms might straighten. This might be your stopping point. Take a couple of breaths here. You can keep going, hinging forward, and you'll know if you've gone too far if you can't hold yourself up, if you feel those shoulders rounding. Okay. Slowly lifting out of this, I'm going to move on to the next variation. So we'll move the blocks off to the side. I'm going to slide myself back. I'm going to take the bolster, the curved end of the bolster to fit right underneath my knees. And then this time I'm going to intentionally round my shoulders forward. I'm draping myself over my legs, almost like a Raggedy Ann doll. And then we can add a block for the forehead right here. You can always add 2 blocks if you need. And we're going to emphasize letting your body be held by your mat and the ground, which is a really hard thing for a lot of people to do. It's a form of trust, trusting in your foundation as you inhale through the back body and exhale out the front. You can amplify the effects of this restorative posture by inhaling for 4 slowly, exhaling for 6. This turns on the parasympathetic nervous system, as well as gives you this visceral feeling of groundedness. To come out of this, notice where the heels are, heels of your feet. Bring your hands to your mat, slowly lift yourself up, and we'll come into the final manifestation of the posture, sliding the bolster off to the side. This is for people who definitely don't need the help underneath them. They're flexible enough that they can touch their toes. You're going to take a block between your thighs and grab your strap. And we're going to squeeze the block so that we can turn on the pelvic floor muscles, which are crucial in transitions as well as forward folds, so that we're not overstretching ligaments and we're not straining the lower back. We'll bring the strap, unraveling it. We're going to spring the strap around the pads of the feet. Keep squeezing the block, and then on the inhale, reach the heart forward, legs back. Exhale, try to touch the block with your stomach. Keep looking forward, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You might notice by engaging the pelvic floor, you can go a little further into the forward fold. And then you can stay here for however long you need or want. If you want to continue to be more active in your stretch, you'll keep your head lifted. If you want this to turn into more of a restorative, eventually you can take your second block again and bring it underneath your forehead at whatever height you need. You'll inhale, lengthen to come out of it. Looking forward, exhale, release the strap from your feet. Just keep squeezing the block as you come back up. And those are your 3 options. So you can grab these blocks, these bolsters, and explore yourself.